Alright, ladies and gents, what is this, part 7? I think this is part 7, if I'm not mistaken, for YouTube. Part 7 of Ace Attorney Trilogy, Justice for All. Let's fucking do it. We were on Farewell My Turnabout, which is the final case in Justice for All, so let's get right into the action. Yes, let's do it. What the hell are we doing? Holy crap, we have a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, we found out that Adrian Andrews, who is Matt on guard. So this is Matt on guard. Coy motherfucker. His manager, Aaron Andrews, was had a mentor named Celeste Pax, which is definitely a play on words, but I'm just not sure exactly what, who committed suicide, which is a big fucking bummer. And then oh sorry, that's the suicide port for Celeste. He was found by Juan, who's the guy that died, who Matt killed, was the suspect. And then Andrews attempted suicide because of shock from Celeste's, because she was kind of like a mentor. She was her mentor. This is Celeste, looking like a straight up character from Kiwami 2. Fucking Francisca's still here. Edgeworth came back, which was the most big pog of all time. I was so excited when he came back. And there's a scandal. We still haven't found the guitar yet. We gotta probably find that. There was a wine glass, because, you know, this guy's fucking dead. There's a camera that's missing. We gotta find the camera. The Wright transceiver from The Killer, who we don't know, because, you know, there's Juan. He's dead. Ah, she's back. And I think we had just kind of uncovered, if I'm not mistaken, we had just uncovered Andrew's secret, which is the fact that she has to rely on somebody to help her. If she does not have a crutch, she basically cannot function, which is super fucking, like, sad. Sorry, I'm wiping something off my lens. If Adrian Andrews doesn't have a crutch or someone to help her, or someone to take care of, she literally, like, cannot live. It's pretty weird. So let's go back to the hallway. There's Pearl. She's adorable. We're back at fucking Gatewater Hotel. Yes. Also, I forgot to turn the volume down a little bit. Whoopsies. There we go. Only a tiny bit. It's gonna be loud, but so am I! Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. Well, what about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. Yeah, no shit. Maya got kidnapped, for those that didn't see the first part as well. Maya got kidnapped by this guy called The Killer, which is super optimistic and fun. Yeah, we gotta find her, along with, you know, solving the case and all that. We basically have to solve the case, and I think he said in the beginning, we have to basically get Matt on guard a full acquittal in 1 day, which is fucking bullshit. So, in order to bring Maya back, so yeah. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no! I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. Cover up the smile to hide the pain. You don't look fine to me. She was just all bouncy and fun. What are you fucking... So go back to his hotel room. Oh, yeah, this guy likes bears, because, you know, look at this big fucking chungus in the back. Because, you know, why not? God, that looks so smooth on OBS. Yeah, I guess let's go back to the office, huh? Because this is where we just were. I believe we found everything here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just double checking, because, you know, kind of refresh myself. Yeah, it looks like we're good. So let's go back to the office, I guess. Let's fucking do it. Voila. Oh yeah, fucking powers. Looking scary as ever. It's no wonder you don't want to show your face. You look like a modern day Wolverine. Not gonna talk to her anytime. Oh yeah, should I go back to criminal affairs first? Sure, let's do that. Fuck the office. There's no one here. Everyone's gone. I wonder if the three of them went to eat together. Oh, yeah. Gumshoe got caught by Francisca. And also, Francisca was in the same room that Andrews was in. She was saying some weird shit. Like, you know, remember our talk or something. I was like, that's not good. Yeah. I don't think they'd ever do that. They're probably in yet another meeting. Oh, yeah, it's probably Edgeworth, Francisca, and fucking Gumshoe, I bet. All right, I guess let's go back to the office, huh? Mr. Office. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever, clever girl. Oh, fucking this guy again.
Oh, Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
Oh boy, she's gonna punch the transceiver. Hello? Wright and Co. offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Whew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? Naughty? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, or at any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well, fucking pussy.
Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis.
Oh. Are we gonna... Mia? Waifu? Go drink a smoothie. Yeah, I have my smoothie. Like I said, I'm gonna try and drink a smoothie every time before stream, and then just roll into stream. No breaks, baby. Fucking. Let's see. 4 to 7. Maya. Oh, damn it! He cut me off.
Mystic Maya said, "Ask my sis," didn't she?
Sis. What does she mean by that?
What
the fuck do you think she means?
Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one.
Sorry. Ah! Yeah, like no shit. That was fast, by the way. God damn, Pearl. That was so quick. Mia! Yes.
I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her.
Oh God, serious phase. Button my shirt. How's Maya?
She's safe for now. That kidnapper's one to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know?
As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could.
I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. I mean, it's like no shit. She basically just, becomes someone else, right? Works. The biggest brain. The kidnapper. What's he like?
I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. Of course.
And
she didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now.
Depression. What?
I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her.
When you were with her? When you were with her? Together? Just kidding. Date? Question mark time. Question mark. Look, question mark.
I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie or a burger. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
Oh. This is like the Killer's theme, and I really like it. That's a lot of fucking booze!
What's this? It feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty.
Yeah, but beer probably, or, wine and alcohol probably would not do the trick, Maya.
There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see.
What do you mean it's too dark to see? There's a big fucking light right there. Hello?
Drat, it's locked. But the store's lock seems pretty easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then, click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use.
Oh, like this one? Double check to make sure. I love this theme, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. It's the shell card. It's the magic conch shell. Will I be able to get out of this dark, depressing dungeon?
Maybe someday.
Oh boy!
Huh? Someone dropped a card here. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. just a seashell. She sells oh my god, I can't do it. She sells seashells by the sheets. It's a picture of a seashell that she sells, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it! This shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get to the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. It's stupid! I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
Oh, to be? Well, damn. Okay, if I had fucking known that it would have ended right there, I would have just done that. Shit! Well, that's alright. No bullshit, though. If I had known that's where that would have ended, I would have done that last stream, because that only took, what, like, 10 minutes? Live and learn, I guess. You would think I haven't played this before. Oh, I have. It's just been a very long time. Oh, I see. Oh, we're going right into the trial, huh? Did I ever ask Matt on guard his shit? I don't think I did I? Huh, well, I guess. Oh, fucking here he is. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Oh, is this Edgeworth? Well, it's almost time. Never mind. It's almost Mia.
We must get a complete acquittal today.
Oh yeah, we must get a complete acquittal today.
Uh-huh.
Great! I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now.
Or Pearl's either.
Oh shit, I have the mic thing there. There we go. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Oh, fuck. This is a bad time, man. It's him! Rip out the wings of the... This is right! Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present. Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that? No one. Just me talking to the demons in my head.
Like the unrepenting sound of the voices in your head. Hello.
It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? I mean, you know, shut up. Where's Francisco? Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Feels like we haven't been the judge in forever. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Nani? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor! Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. Oh my god! Is that the present? What? Shot? Oh my lord.
Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
You think? Oh boy. So, who? Oh my God. Is it gonna be? Is it somehow gonna end up being me versus Edgeworth again? His present. I thought it was gonna be like a Moby Huge or something.
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage.
But this is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she all right? I don't have that answer. This is gonna be Edgeworth. She is alive and in stable condition. That's good. Whew. You're... I thought he'd show up. Yes! Me versus Edgeworth again, like good old times. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Holy shit, here we go again, boys! Yes! Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Wait, right shoulder? Same shoulder that that Manfred was shot in. Yikes! Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. Big brain. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Hey, you guys, it's bad time. Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective, God, rip Gumshoe, man. He just gets shafted so goddamn hard. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Well, you've got one, so deal with it. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Oh, it sure will be. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Along with your penis, if you will, please and thank you. Let's do it. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. He's fucking dead. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Really? Where's the goddamn guitar? We still haven't figured that out. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. All right, well, simple enough. Let's fucking go. Okay, yep. Found dead, so yep. We believed he was definitely murdered. Yeah, you think? And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. There he is. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... But? The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory, then. Okay, bears Corrida's fingerprints. Okay. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gay Water Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir! Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
Okay, so there was nothing there. Why the fuck would he leave the guitar at the hotel room? Gunk! I hope I said that right. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fish tank. Hope you enjoy your stay. What the fuck is up with this already? It's fucking wild and wacky. Oh boy. Hold on. Bye. Of course they're fake. Why wouldn't they be fake? LOL. Let's try and press on something else real quick. Guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Are you sure about that? What about the water, though? That's what I want to know. Let's just press on something else. The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Do you think the judge is suffering from asphyxiation from lack of something? Man, a lot of fucking bots today. Jesus Christ. Then what about the knife, I'm assuming put in place after?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murder on our hands here.
Strangled with a scarf then stabbed with a knife. Jesus. I believe that is enough because Wright has already gotten 2 court record things. First the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Just like the bots in my fucking chat because, you know, bots will be bots. Rip.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir.
Yeah, note to any streamers or anyone that might want to stream. If you get, like, a bunch of very quick back-and-back follows, it's most likely a bot. Unless you're, like, you know, a bigger streamer or, you know. I would definitely make sure to at least click on the name to make sure. If their account was created only a few hours ago, make sure to ban them because they're most likely bots. And you can see the, they're all guns. Because, you know, why not? Fucking stupid bots. Anyway, why arrest on guard?
Matt on guard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over this knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Are you sure about that?
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Bears the victim's blood and Ongar's fingerprints in the grip. Gatewater's engraved.
And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What?
Oh boy. Well,
all of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Almost too clearly, like someone set him up. But you know, we'll just go down the dumb route for now.
yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, Wright?
Huh, I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. I'll also find your hole. I mean, you can press as hard as you'd like to my hole. What? Just hurry up with your useless, pointless questions. Grr. It's already getting under your skin.
Alright, the premeditated thing seems super fucking sketchy. I'm gonna press on this one first.
There was no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either.
Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Something, yeah, detective said, think carefully. Oh, okay. I know, yeah. Okay. Oh, the defendant bought the knife for the crime. Well, no, because it's a Gatewater knife. I didn't see the word bought. I thought it said brought, which would make more sense. Yeah, if he had, are you fucking serious, Gumshoe? It's a gold knife. Now, how many people have just a gold knife lying around? Unless you're swimming in money and puss, or you know, one or the other.
Wait a second. What?
Check one more thing real fast. Make sure those are still banned. Yes. Yes. Okay. We're good. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand.
That's right, pal. The defendant
Did not buy this knife.
Huh? Nutty?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh? It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. You know, where the murder happened.
Uh-oh! The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated.
I mean, it still could have been, but yeah.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big...
You idiot.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
Big brain. I think whether the... Oh, he's got his own fucking, like, haha. I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know... Oh.
The question is... Fucking poor Gumshoe. Where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corita's room.
Yo, what's up, Nightwing? Good. Colonel Mustard did it in the library with the candlestick. God damn, a good fucking Clue reference. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Nightwing. Hope you're having a good night, man. Welcome to part 2 of the final case. It's getting fucking wild already. Edward's back, and he's gonna destroy us. He's gonna ream us in a good way. Yep. I already read that, I think. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. Big Chungus back there. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. A gold knife?
There was a knife and a fork on the table. It's like someone ate there, at a table.
Wrong, it was oh god damn it, Professor Plum, always the trickster. Why are you named after a fruit, you fuck? To be fair, why is mustard named after a goddamn condiment?
Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
Gee, I wonder. Big brain again. Judge has small brain. If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the rule of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. He's got a goddamn spear and katana, especially what was on top of his table. But I am afraid there is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? Yeah, he's fucking right. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing. Mr. On guard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner.
Would you like some dinner?
Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. You motherfucker, you're still goddamn good even after a year being gone.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
It's strong, take you. A murder weapon with the fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There was quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
Okay, does literally anybody else think it might be too much evidence, though? Like, come on. If there's this much and it's all stacked against one person, don't you think maybe it's a framing? Just a little bit. Oh, hold on. Oh, shit! I didn't press anything there. Football's going on. I just want to see. Did anyone else get a touchdown? Oh, sweet. Got some more field goals. Hell yeah. Okay. We're good. Shout out to Matt Gay. He's a really good kicker. And that's his actual name, so don't quote me. He's a kicker for the Rams. He's great. He's got me more points in fantasy. Hell yeah! I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown?
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well,
Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now.
no shit, Sherlock. You got a regular Sherlock Holmes over here.
If we answer with something wrong here...
You saw nothing. That gavel of this will will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Maybe the transceiver. I actually have to do this because someone kidnapped my potential future waifu. I'm gonna say yeah. Yes. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention that I hope is right. Something that this court is yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. This might be a trap. Celeste Impact, dude. I'm probably gonna fuck up, but I don't know. Yeah, this might have been a bad idea. Oh, maybe this? It was stolen on the night of the murder. We haven't found it yet. tabloid. And don't backseat anybody. For anyone that don't. I'll let you know if I need help. Should be self-explanatory, but still. Vlada's camera! Hey, load! You saw nothing! No. I knew it was a trap! This has to be another trap. Better if I don't say anything than risk throwing out a bad piece of evidence. Yeah, wouldn't that be fucking weird, huh, idiot?
Looks like the defense isn't saying a peep on this one.
Which means this court is adjourned. Hold on. Oh, I guess there is one. Oh, fuck. Oh, is it fucking this one? The juice! Ah, it is. This was the one thing that kind of stuck out, and I don't... Yeah. I should have done that one, because that was the one thing that was, like, really out of place.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass, that is so... Fuck, hold on. They're back. They're back. The bots are back. Bye. They're really out for blood today, huh? Oh, man, they're really out for blood. Rip. Rip. At least you can hear that cool fucking, 4-second loop to the song. Rip. I'll keep fucking doing it. I don't care. I can do this all day. You ain't gonna stop me from streaming, you fucks. Come on. Keep them coming. I don't fucking care. At least we can keep hearing this damn sweet music. Lots of guns. We're gunning for it. Anyway, is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. Yeah, why? This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say?
Oh, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? You fucking idiot. It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set the glass down without thinking? There's no way! If I appear weak here, the trial is over. Just double checking something. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct to point with clarity. They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. Thanks, Mia. You're great. I love you.
Waifu.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. Nani? You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? Great! Well, we just fucking walked to yet another trap. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. And are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Carino. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I thought long and hard. This past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
No. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. Because I am the judge, not you, bitch. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Is this fucking old bag? Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
I don't fucking know. Fuck. Oh! Here we go. You guys ready? It's getting real. It's getting real now. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, right.
Gotcha.
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under the helmet? It was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand!
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Oof! Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps!
Yes, madam.
No, please, by all means interrupt her, please! Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security, this fucking silly ass music, was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on-guard saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Carita.
But those two were the same age. To be fair, though, Juan did definitely have... I mean, come on. This definitely looks... this looks more manly than this. Come on. He looks like a fucking 15-year-old. He at least looks like a real man. I'm just kidding. Who fucking cares?
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Oh my fucking god, I hate her kawaii face.
Kawaii?
Not to be confused with Kawami, which means...
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time.
Bullshit.
That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was On Guard, Matt On Guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Full of shit. You were not watching the whole time. There's no way in hell.
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh boy. There was no way in fuck hell you were watching the whole time. There's literally no way. Especially after what happened last time. I mean, come on. Something you were interested in, and just what was that?
It's not some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Ah, and Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity?
Bullshit. Oh? Then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea! I wasn't bored so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Huh, is that why there's just fucking question marks? Even you don't know how old you are? You know, fair enough, age is just a number.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not
Included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yes, see?
Really?
Annoying brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of the last year, I should delve into this a little bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Oh. He was in his costume, you fuck. Ah, he was wearing that at the defendant center too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness please.
Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
I think it's this one. Nope, never mind. I guess it wasn't that one. Or maybe I just have to press. I might have to just press here. Wrong! Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it as I put my helmet back on.
She is so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption.
She may not remember things we mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
Wait, hold on. That was it? But he even said that he was still in his costume, right? I want to press this again. Oh, maybe this one. Yeah. Oh, or not. Never mind. I feel like Matt said, I mean, unless, of course, he's lying, which I don't know if he is or not. Straight up said that he was still in his costume because he had the, you know, the thing to do. Alright. Let's try pressing on something else. Oh, I already did this one. Whoops. Sorry. Oh, maybe let's try, let's see if I can do one of the other choices as well. Oh.
This sort of information is to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. That man that came out of Juan's room, he was.
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway.
Alright, I think it was this one. That was the wrong one to press on. Whoops. I want to see if it gives me the other options. Or not. What the fuck? No. I'm fucking this up. Oh, dumbass. It was this one. Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Duh. I just fucked that up royally. Whoops. I should probably reset, but that's alright. Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
Ah! It's button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified in a single glance. Just got some fucking smoothie splashback. Yikes! Ugh. Anyway. Bye. A single glance, baby.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Right. Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal On Guard.
Ooh, nice use of rascal.
On Guard!
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants.
See? And On Guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt On Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest... Oh,
Jesus, I'm just gonna... She even put the helmet back on, then took it off, then put it on, then took it off. Oh! I've been shot!
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard the man, but Mr. On Guard the nickel samurai.
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. Lol. Lamau! I fucking lied in court again. How is this person literally not in fucking prison? Literally how?
On guard, on guard. Yes, now I remember! The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
Nope. Nope. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins today, I told you there was no way it was anyone else.
Excuse me.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Fuck this bitch.
Funny that she's carrying a ray gun. We've gotten a bunch of bots named Gun. Gun Q6, Gun Q2, Gun P5. It's the bots were owned by Oldback to trip me up, but they didn't. Wrong! I knew that one from the beginning. Please take a look at this. It's not a photograph, so it does not make me laugh. Don't worry.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Hedger's like, God damn it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving?
That sounds like such an old person thing. If Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for this fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints off this knife, all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Yikes.
Oh, that's right! The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
Well, sort of. He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Why would he? He's got like a fucking metal arm. He doesn't need to do that. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? You fucking idiot. There was no way he would do something like that. However, there was one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? No intention of murder. No. I don't think so. Goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Why would he go to the room anyway? They hate each other. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer, if that's the case. I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Oh yeah, the knife, right? I want to say the knife again. But who knows? The knife could have just been like for food. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing. This knife, this was used by Mr. On Guard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Exactly. And also, there was a knife on Kurita's thing, so he probably could have just grabbed that and, you know, Michael Myers did. Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. Damn. Supposition. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us! Yeah, because he's getting framed. It's clear and obvious.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame him. It's to frame my client, Matt On Guard, or Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame?
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? No, death slam. But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Grr. Witness?
Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo?
Yeah.
Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. All right then, who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita. Am I correct, witness?
Ha ha ha! The way you think you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita.
Maybe. Phoenix, maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person.
Oh yes, that person from that place at that time. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Oh shit, it's a rat!
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... Well, this is... I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews. Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness? What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready! This is gonna take the wind out of you, youngins!
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Exactly. It's not like the fucking babies.
That On Guard is one evil, evil man! He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
Bullshit. The whole world knows.
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court!
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right! On Guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth!
Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Damn! You gonna fucking put her on the stake? Jesus Christ. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Kenny Loggins, is that you? Hell yeah. Good fucking reference. Right into the danger zone. A scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is.
I love the Warrior.
Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days?
No. I wasn't asking about the word scandal. The Warrior means, even though I know that much.
Well, that On Guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity.
Oh. You don't have any proof that Mr. On Guard did any such thing.
You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right.
You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you.
Something about... Alright then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that On Guard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan?
He's dead. I don't know if I can. I don't have anything to offer.
See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You just give me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want, silly boy.
Me and my big mouth.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you, anyway.
Yeah, Wait!
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find it out.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret recipe of information? If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got the secret information, you won't get to go home today.
Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me!
What do I have to do with this?
Just do this for me. You'll get your reward.
I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice. Of course. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering.
As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning.
I want to try this again. Did she take the camera? So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Yep. The fucking cheat stole Lotta's camera. This whore took Lotta's camera and made off like a I'm just going to check my fantasy football real fast, gamers. I'll pause it real quick. All right, I'm kicking ass in my fantasy league, so good. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl and her cotton candy hair.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrage impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Ah, that's it. That's the notes.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
Then you are not the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil On Guard. She said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick.
Sorry about that voice crack.
She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Boo, you believe me, don't you?
Ugh.
I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. if I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Yo, what's up, Techno? Good to see you. Old bag is guilty of being mental. Oh, yeah. We didn't even need a verdict. We already fucking knew. Hope you're having a good night, Techno. Welcome. If you're going to work, I'm not sure if you are. Hope work goes well, brother. Thank you once again for the resub yesterday. That was awesome. Appreciate you. Is that correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can.
That's all. You're lying, damn it! Oh my god, a curse word. And I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. He cursed guilty. Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Death. Give him the death penalty for cursing in the Phoenix Wright game. I mean, to be fair, this game is rated T for teens, so, you know. We can let one little D word slide. Come on. Just kidding. No, death. Death penalty. A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. But you're not a teen? Hey, thanks, Techno. That is true. That is, yeah. It's rated T for T. I guess I'm rated M for mature, so I guess I can't play this game. I can't play fucking Mario Kart 8 anymore. It's over. Sorry, guys. Oh, hold on. It's over. Techno's right. I can't play it. I'm not a teen anymore. I'm a fucking man. Just kidding. She kept saying something like, my sweetie 1600 camera disappeared on me. Or something like that.
Why? Witness!
What is it, Gramps?
You're saying Gramps when you're like 140? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too.
Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
That's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
Yeah, just like SpongeBob and Patrick borrowed those balloons and chocolate bars.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire.
It was Free Balloon Day, though. Or Free Balloon Day, though. I like how the cops still put them in jail, and then just immediately like, all right, you're free. But we stole a balloon. Yeah. On Free Balloon Day, and they start laughing. It's so good. The cops are always like, just like, the cops love to fuck with SpongeBob and Patrick in that show, and I loved it so much every single time it happened.
Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
FOS. Full of shit.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once.
SMH when you steal a balloon on Free Balloon Day. But she's wearing a costume? Yeah, she sure is. She's a security guard that wears a fucking, like, spaceman's outfit for some... I don't know. Old Bag is strange. Old Bag's probably the wackiest character we've had in this series so far.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the courts!
Oh. Huh. Good.
This is the Nickel Samurai!
See, I told you that's the guy I saw, even though I lied and said it was in his jacket first.
This proves that
5-cent ninja.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
5-cent ninja. That sounds like a great band name. He's the Nickel Samurai, dude. So what's the Steel Samurai then? Like $200 ninja or something? $200 Sengoku or something?
What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. On Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is...
Big brain, the defendant. That's a great emote. That's fucking great. Is that like a play on like the cat tapping? That's fucking great.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your clients?
If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. You didn't see anything. Shut up. I can't make a mistake here. There is only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth.
I think we can all agree there was nothing strange with this photo. There was no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Darn Maya killing people like always. I know that. That crazy kid. Well, she's not a kid, she's an adult now, but that wacky kid always murdering people just cause, you know, just cause she can. What a wacky one, that one. What a silly guy. Or silly gal.
Debunk with a bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, I like how he was like, maybe I should just drop an atom bomb on the court. Objection! Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. God, it makes me laugh.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot? Especially when it counts.
Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Oh boy. Oh. I feel like if he was the Nickel Samurai, he wouldn't need, you know, he would be like, it kind of like the same thing with the Steel Samurai, right? I think that's it. Take that! I would like to direct the court's attention to this area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles!
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, yeah, let's just double check that. Yeah. See, look. He's got those sweet socks. That is a great costume. I love the waves. I really like the waves. That's a good touch. Also, what the fuck's with his right arm? Like, that's pretty crazy. Anyway. However, you can't.
And? What does that mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
Objection! I wonder if you would care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Yeah. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. Or hakama, I don't know how to say that correctly.
His socks! You can see his socks!
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. Got him. Yeah, got him. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendants. Watch it be like old bag. All right. Hakama, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to say it correctly. All right, I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edward is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution is trying to prove has become meaningless.
Got him? Question mark?
I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Well, who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edward's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph that definitely does not make me laugh?
Well, if it's deduction's sake, then it literally has to be Adrian Andrews, right? Uh-oh. Because if she was the only other one in the room... Uh-oh.
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who the Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. And, yeah, she's short, so there you go. And she could freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. On Guard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon!
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime! I hope this goes well.
Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day?
Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Raise an objection!
Now then.
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not.
Edgeworth? I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Big brain. Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But, we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? Edgeworth fucking brought her because he knew this was gonna happen. What a god!
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. This fucking guy, she is the next witness.
Oh, everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. This fucking guy, he knew.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Man, 10 minutes to prepare the witness, so that's not a lot of time. All right. Second to be continued of the stream. Holy shit. Man, I really hope that Adrian Andrews didn't do it though, because she's not a bad person. She just has a lot of demons, a lot of personal shit. She tried to commit suicide because her mentor died. That in itself sucks.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Or whatever. Hakama. Hakama. Hackermans.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her?
Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquainted by the end of today.
Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Phoenix, you think her motive's related to Celeste and Pax's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impax as her strength and reason to live. Yikes. But then Miss Impax suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it
is Juan Carita, the victim of this murder.
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita, all to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impax.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet.
Yeah, no shit. Edgeworth has a plan, and I think he knows about Maya's deal. I mean, I think they all know about Maya's dealio, so something's up. Something's amiss.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court, Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. There's the fucking card again. What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard.
I see. Now then.
Before I begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Carita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but that was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that, except for, Wright.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
It's like, yeah, the one guy that, had you subpoenaed or whatever.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Alright. The real battle begins, boys. Let's fucking do it.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What?
You poured yourself a glass of juice!
Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime, and I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing.
She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Alright, I guess press on everything. When I found the body, it was cold and dead. Ding! Alright. Wrong thing. There's Matt again. Oh, also wrong. Wrong! Also wrong. Why am I dumb? Juice?
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left in this wine glass that suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking.
Doesn't sound like this, And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance before the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon, what are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had more of a more personal matter to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case was like this too.
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then what did you do next, witness? Okay. there anything else here? I kind of forgot. Wasn't feeling great. Okay. Where was probably like, where was Matt? And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? What are you...
Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object. Right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Hey, thanks, Ezra, for just, reaming me in the butt with a porcupine dildo. Thank you so much. Why'd you do that? Friendly gesture. Only reason. Call mine. Personal matter. Let's see. Shock. You were in shock.
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Krita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Krita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now? Miss Andrews! I'm convinced that you, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what that mistake was. Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Oh, I love the pants.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards?
Wait, so that means that... Hold on. Only on the top of the lid. So wait, does that mean that the guitar case was closed then?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Except the fucking glass, we know. Okay. What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought it would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
That's what she would like people to think. And always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
Okay. I probably should save because I'm getting I'm getting a little desperate for whatever. Yes. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testify that the vase fell onto the guitar case. The vase fell onto the case, haha. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. She's fucking lying.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yes. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle, as I bluff. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a guitar case, and that's it. It's brown and has water on it, and that's it. It's like, oh. Well, fuck.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for I opened the case, even I don't know.
Well, you're full of shit because only Juan Carita's, Let me double check that. I think... Yeah, only Bears... Okay, well, you're fucked.
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. I fucking love Edgeworth. He's my favorite character in the series. Edgeworth and Gumshoe are my two favorite characters. I love them both so dearly. Okay, well. Wrong! There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the awards ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Yeah. I have your proof right here. This wine glass, you stupid bitch!
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Ah!
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Ah! Oh my god, her glasses broke. Oh. Huh. I'm just gonna assume she has unlimited pair of glasses. Says. She's full of shit. She's full of shit. Oh my God! Did Devontae score a touchdown already? Yes, dude. Yes. Devontae Adams. Dude, my team's gonna fucking crush this. Sorry, I'm just gonna double check. I want to see how long it was. That's what she said. That's his first touchdown of the year, which is a fucking Who are they playing again? I don't remember. Oh, San Fran. He's got 12 points in the first quarter. Yes. 4 catches for 29 yards and a touchdown, and it's the first quarter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm destroying in my other league. Finally, have a good game. Anyway.
Order! Shut up about fantasy football. Literally, like, one person in chat probably cares, but probably not.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
But it's just an empty case. Just like this one, am I right?
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. What if you know, that's not what was in the case, though? What if it was something different? A bait switch.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright... Oh, Phoenix. A bright white guitar. Wait, that's not right either.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that, so the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact that on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into all this misguided. Shouts a lull. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black...
I like how White thought bright white and fucking... and also bright black. What does that mean? Huh? Nani? So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? This. I'm gonna guess the suicide note, right? Or unless it's this. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's that. And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one?
Why, Mr. Wright? Why?
Well... Oh. I guess I was wrong. Never mind! Okay. Huh. I'm actually, like, not 100% sure. Huh. Man, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe the scarf? Probably gonna have to reload. Huh. I thought it would have been maybe the suicide note. Where's my reload point? I don't remember actually. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna reload, cause yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. That one? I don't know how far back I am. I don't remember how far back this is, so I'm gonna pause it for YouTube real fast and get back to where I was. Alright, we're back in action. Let's have, what was inside the case? It was the fucking Steel Samurai costume! Or sorry, not Steel Samurai, the Nickel Samurai costume. It makes sense, because she could have, I was saying this in between the pause. She could have planned, because I think she works at the same, they work at the same studio. Or actually, no they don't, but the bottom line is she basically planted the Steel Samurai costume inside the guitar case, and then killed him, probably, it seems like most likely right now, and then put on the costume to make it seem like it was Matt, even though it probably wasn't, but we'll see.
This is a photograph. Every time I hear it makes me laugh. I get a...
Yes, but what is important is what is in the picture, Your Honor.
In this picture, it makes me laugh. Ha ha ha.
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What? You baffling bitch.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to? Oh no! You know what? I forgot. No, I'm thinking of the wrong tree here. I'm barking up the wrong tree, as they say. Juan Carita had his own version of the Nickel Samurai costume because he was going to do the confession. Juan Carita was going to pose as the Nickel Samurai and confess something, which I'm assuming was related to the scandal. I forgot about that. Juan Carita was, because remember, Matt had no idea that this post-ceremony thing was happening. What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. It's just a theory. A goddamn game theory! Do Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. Just go to Baskin-Robbins' forehead, and in the end she managed to get the shot, correct?
You mean this photo?
Uh-huh.
Order, order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Just like all murderers do. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places.
True, this is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
Assuming it was a spare.
Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period.
In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Uh-huh.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Excuse me.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
Yeah, because he wanted to confess something, remember? Remember, foreheads?
But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Huh?
No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up right.
But what struck me as strange was that Matt On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how could that be?
The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was set up
by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself!
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai!
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference! But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet, however.
What I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt On Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure.
Exactly.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me? A pro? Me? The one that has, like, the brain the size of a grain of sand?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Well, at least she's not bullshitting.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You? Nani?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What? Nani?
And do you know what the secret of Matt on Guards is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone.
Yeah, no shit.
But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Mr. On Guard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Protecting Matt. Huh. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Huh.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
Same.
We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Hell yeah. I agree. Let's do that thing that we need to do. Alright, protecting Matt. Let's save again, just in case I fucking blow this. In case I blow this popsicle stand. Okay, let's see. Why? So would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes, do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for that conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on Guard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
Fuck you. Has Mr. On Guard done something to hurt or betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. On Guard, yet you still helped out. Objection! Exactly. The person on trial right now is Mr. On Guard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. On Guard at any time. Why, then, would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. On Guard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. If only it was the 10-minute Power Hour, I wish it would come back. And please stop slandering the witness. Alright. press on everything real quick. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. On Guard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. On Guard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy. Or smart ass.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct? Yeah, the one with the fucking blood on it.
That button was found in the pleats of a Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
You fucking sound like Francisca a lot. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this as information to your testimony.
Okay. How do you know, though? And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard.
I've heard that before, too.
But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that just because I'm prepared and you are not.
And I thought I had her this time for sure.
If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where?
To what end or whatever. No, thinking up the wrong tree again. Oh, that was 2 bars, huh? Oh, yikes. Yikes! Oh boy. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think that these 3 things through, or if you think these 3 things through, that's a lot of T's, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix.
They didn't teach that to us at school.
At least, not from what I can remember. May I continue now?
What did she say about this again? How do you know that? When the ends of the threads, so I heard. Has to be here, but where and what? If I don't know if it would reach 100%, but if the button was on the chest, wouldn't there be like a hole in it? Guess I'm just like overthinking this. I have to be super careful here. gonna keep that save file just in case. I wonder if it's the, No, I'm wrong. Hold on. Reload. Huh. I feel like it is this. No. This is not this one. But like, oh, yeah. I forgot about that. If he was strangled with a scarf, wouldn't he be from behind? Right? Like, or you know, maybe not even a fight at all, if that's the route, you know, the route that we want to, you know, take, if that's what I should say. Huh, okay, yeah, I kind of forgot that he got strangled. If he was strangled, most likely it's going to be from the back, right? But who knows? Okay, this is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
So, strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means, oh yeah, I forgot about that too. It is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangulated to death in that fight. Ah, that's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Got him.
Order, what is the meaning of...
What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? Purpose. We now know that this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To pin the crime on guard. Clearly. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There was no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. Having a good night, if you know what I'm saying. That's right, Mr. On Guard was set up by the real killer, of course. The biggest brains.
And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard, is Juan Carita! Andrews. It's gotta be. That's the only logical conclusion. And it sucks. Because, like, I know she's probably not a bad person, but she's just got a lot of demons. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Carita's killer.
What?
Fucking broken glasses.
Order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points towards Miss Andrews.
How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Tisk. She has like just a million spare. I got a text real quick. I'll just check that. Hopefully it's not anything important. Let's see. I don't know what this is. It's just a text with some fucking. Just a text with some fucking emojis. Cool, thanks. Waste of my fucking time. I don't even know who it's from. It's from like a group chat or something. Weird Champ.
Then, what? What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama?
Or Hakama, whatever. This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found this body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there was no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama, or Hackerman's. That's a great animation. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hackerman's is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Yep. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. Soldier boy! Oh my god, a new face.
No,
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. Why? So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photograph that fucking makes me laugh! Ha ha ha! A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was with him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
please stop.
Damn, we are putting her into the fucking fire. Shout out to Dawkins. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law.
I plead the fifth, bruh!
It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
Which is true. Very, very true, but it also makes you look hella suspicious.
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Yeah, idiot. Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Very true. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. On Guard's room, Adrian Andrews. Karma.
Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? All right.
She's behind all of it.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify. Things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix, but there was still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. It's very true, it's all circumstantial. It's a shame that some cases actually are solved by circumstantial evidence when there's no real fucking proof, that proves anything.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No! She's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? I said out loud.
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true!
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both of the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. The water out of the tap is really hard to drink. Yeah, it's hard to drink. Shout out to Silverchair. We don't have it tomorrow. Shut up, Silverchair. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? This fucking guy. Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Oh, here we go. It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Oh, we got him!
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
So my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Rage Against the Machine, Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened after she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Ooh. He's got a point.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
Good fucking rhyme there. Slant rhyme.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
When I found the body,
He was cold and dead.
that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? That sexy hunk of a brain.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Well, here we fucking go again. Alright, I'm gonna save again just to be safe. I'm at one fucking bad point. Slumped over.
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me or did that right there sound a little odd? Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix.
Fair.
And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap on a fucking chair. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone.
And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice.
Yes, he always had a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response, so I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward.
And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened.
Yes.
This is what it all comes down to, huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
Isn't that a bit harsh, Miss Andrews? Will you tell me us the truth this time? Okay, that was the ending thing. How did you not see the knife? Really? Really? You didn't see the knife, you didn't see the blood, you didn't see any of that? You are full of shit. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Yeah, the knife and the blood? How do I say that? Hold on. Oh. It's fine. We're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're all good. Okay, we're good. Rip. Gotta love fucking bots, huh? Isn't that great? These are I think these are the hate raid bots, so I gotta really be careful about them. Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There was a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corita's chest. Anyone who saw the scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man.
That's, well, you see.
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No! Ah!
It looks like the defense has somehow brought that ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Mount on Guard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He was the one who killed Juan.
But you are the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone has it.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on guard.
Oh, here we go. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. And that's very true.
The absolute real truth? What are you?
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Huh?
I don't know who planted the silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of others because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
But then, right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma.
Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. But then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. It's fucking wild. Well, Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? No, I don't know. All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
the court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there. Right? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The more and more we do this, the more it seems like we've been played like a goddamn motherfucking fiddle. I gotta force her to testify, dude. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
Big brain. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
What?
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use! I have the evidence right here.
Ah! That's...
That's the second part of the suicide report, the attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature, having other people know about it, scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please stop! I beg you! If people find out, I'll...
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Oh my fucking god! Holy shit, Edgeworth, can you fucking chill for like 1 second? That's the best line in the whole goddamn Justice for All right there. Holy shit. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? You're so cold, baby! However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips! No matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Holy shit, Edgeworth just literally laid the hammer down on the fucking nail. Oh my god.
I'll talk, but please help me.
I mean, we fucking will, but Jesus Christ, you gotta...
Nothing matters anymore.
And nothing else matters. Yeah! My crime.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Holy shit. Is she still covering up or is this real? I don't know, man. It's fucking wild and wacky. It's fucking insane.
Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person?
A certain cowardly man.
Naughty? What do you mean by all of this?
It might take the court a little while to understand, but... Ooh, 20 points for Devontae Adams? Damn, 7 for 73 and a touchdown in the first half. Holy shit. This is the truth.
The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. Forgive, whatever. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim Juan Carita in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? No, it's all a fucking bait and switch. It was, Matt. It fucking was.
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
I guess we'll see. Maybe it was her and she's still trying to, like... This is fucking wacky, dude. I want to see if I can finish this court case up before we end. I hope I can. I don't know how much more. This is a long, long one. An inconvenience.
There was a woman with a camera at the ready loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lana.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready pacing back and forth.
That's Miss Oldbag for you.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I want to concede, but this testimony, it rings of the truth. I'm sorry, Phoenix. No, please don't apologize to me. We were both taken by surprise. Still, I'm sorry.
But you could tell from the state of the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf was part of the Jamma Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
Okay. That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
Crafty. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it, Jesus Christ, plant it in Mr. On God's Hackermans. Ah, the Hackermans.
Yes, that's what I planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
Nope.
I think we've heard enough! So, after that, you went back to Mr. On Guard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hackerman's? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word, what does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt On Guard! Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Yikes.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under the arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
Immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, man, the gavel slam. Well, shit. That fucking sucks. So Maya's dead. Shit! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We actually get a new fucking, like... I can't believe I don't remember half this. Today's trial, it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth?
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time. She's had the card the whole fucking time? It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room? That day?
Yes.
Ah.
I found this card when I discovered Juan's body.
Huh.
It was lying there right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Witness that card. Give it to me. Hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you've stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
I didn't mean to. What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card, what in the world is it, and what does it mean? To be continued. Hey, that was actually like perfect timing, because this is right at the time I'm gonna end the stream and go feed my emeralds. Hell yeah! All right, well, we ain't done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We still got it seems like a lot more to go in this one. I highly suspect there's gonna be either another trial or something. Oh boy, man, that definitely was a big bait and switch. It almost made it seem like, oh, it's gonna end here, and then it's like, nope, it ain't. Hell yeah! Thank you all once again for watching. Oh man, I'm so excited to play this next Sunday as well. I love this fucking game. Thank you all once again for watching. You guys are freaking awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and thank you once again. We'll be back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney next Sunday. I'm super excited to play it. Hey, I just want to let everyone know for the any people that stream or just, be safe on Twitch. As you saw during the stream, I got followed by a lot of bots. I think these are either hate raid bots or IP grabbing bots. I don't really know, but the bottom line is they're bots. So if you're streaming on Twitch, just be safe, okay? Oh, speaking of, there's another one. And another one. Another one. Well, those ones actually didn't show up on the, Oh, that one did, though. So, perfect timing. Here they are. As you see, there's a lot of fucking dumbass bots coming around. I don't know why, but they are. So, be safe on Twitch. If you see that, just ban them. If they get out of hand and you get raided by one of those peeps, please make sure to put on either follower, subscriber, or emo only mode. Probably go for, like, something either follower only or subscriber only. You just got to be safe out there. Yeah, just be very safe, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why the bots are targeting my stream, but maybe because I'm a smaller streamer. Who knows? But yeah. That one was fucking delayed. I'm just going to double check to make sure all these guys are banned. All these bots are literally created an hour ago, so these are brand new, which is a fucking bummer that real people around the world are using this shit for malicious intent. Why don't you use that skill to actually do something good with your life? I don't understand it. But, it's beyond me. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. We'll be back with some Kiwami 2 tomorrow. I'll make sure to put the stream schedule in my Discord this time instead of just, having it not be out. And YouTube, you guys have a great night. Once again, stay safe, YouTube and Twitch. And we'll see you next time, YouTube. Have a good night.